When drawing lines freeform with the brush tool, weird things might happen. So I'm taking the brush tool and just draw one of these lines, and when doing so, immediately you get a calligraphy brush applied. That's how the brush tool works, and it will always apply a brush. In this case, it's the first one here, which is a calligraphy brush. Now I want to draw another line, and I want to increase or decrease the line weight, and doing so, you can use the square bracket keys. And that is actually a keystroke that you can change. So you can go to Edit, Keyboard Shortcuts, and then change that. Inside of the tools, we have the option to increase and decrease the diameter. And you see here it's set to the square bracket keys, which is in my case wrong because I have a German keyboard attached. So I'm going to delete these and first edit these. So to increase, I'm using greater than, and to decrease, I'm using smaller than, like this. So now we can save this and I can use these keys for that. So I'm now using to increase the size, and you see the cursor changes and reflects that. And now I'm drawing and have it thicker. So now the weirdness begins. Let's take a look at these. So I'm selecting these, and you see it's set to 1 point here, stroke weight, and this one as well. And we can take the brushes panel, and you see it's the same brush. No change in that. Let's take the appearance panel, because inside of that we see everything. But again, 5 point round, 5 point round. So let's just draw a normal line, which is set to 1 point. So you see this is even thinner. So those 1 point don't even match. They act as a multiplier for this 5 point. This line is actually 5 point as set up in this brush. But why is this even thicker? So we're going to take a look at where these bracket keys, or in my case, greater, smaller, then chime in. And for that, in the brushes panel, you see there's an option for selected object. I'm going to click on that. And inside of that, you see this is set to 26. Let's cancel that and select it for this. And here it's set to 5 point as originally set up in the brush. So these are pretty powerful because with these, you can just have one brush, but have it appear differently for each of your objects. This is powerful, but can get irritating. Now let's take a look at what this actually does, because let's make a copy of this, and you can increase it using the stroke weight as well. But what does that do? And for that, I need a different stroke. You see, I haven't been using a graphic tablet for years, and I need to paste in this line where I have used a graphic tablet to draw it. So let's paste that. And this line has pressure options integrated. So let's take a look at it as well. You see, this is how the brush has been set up, and we have pressure inside of here. Now, what's the difference between setting the size like this and setting it using the stroke weight? So I'm going to make a duplicate of this. For this one here, I have just used the stroke weight, and this is just a uniform line width, so it doesn't matter. But with these ones, it matters. Let's make this 3 point. And you see it has been overall increased. And now I'm going to do the same by using this option. So we have to multiply 16 by 3, which is 48. Let's turn on the preview. And you see it just gets thicker. So something else is happening, and that is inside of this variation option. You see, when you increase this variation, then we get to the same result. So when you increase or decrease the size or the weight of that stroke in here, then using the variation option on top of that gives you even more power over the look of those strokes.